you step foot into the gym for multiple years and you feel like you're an advanced lifter, the odds are you probably aren't. And what I want to talk about in today's video is I want to talk about my #1 piece of advice for beginners in the gym. So if you've been working out for multiple years now, but you haven't seen the results you've wanted, maybe you're just getting started off into the gym, you have gym anxiety, you don't even know where to start, or maybe you've just been unmotivated and you don't know what the next step is for you. This video, I'm going to break down exactly what you should be focusing on. I know even for myself, when I first stepped foot into a gym, the first exercise I did, I'll never forget it, was easy bar curls. I walked into the gym and I was like, I'm in the gym because I want to get big for the girls, right? And so I'm like, if I want to get big, the #1 thing I need to train is my bicep. And so I remember going into the gym and just hitting biceps over and over again. I would do dumbbell curls, barbell curls, easy bar curls. Not only was it because I wanted to build bigger biceps and I knew that in order for me to, have the appearance I wanted and change my aesthetics, I had to get bigger biceps, but it was also the easiest thing to do. I looked at the guys bench pressing, I looked at the guys deadlifting, and I'm like, I don't want to touch those machines or exercises. I'm just going to stick to what I know. And so the biggest mistake that I personally made was I went straight to these exercises that weren't actually going to build the muscle that I wanted to. Little did I know the exercises that would give me the best bang for my buck were not these exercise variations I was watching on the internet and on YouTube. They weren't these fancy bicep curls that were going to give me jack 22-inch arms, but it was actually the basics and the fundamentals. And so today I want to dive into the fundamentals and the things you should be focusing on if you're a newbie in the gym, if you're someone who's stuck in the gym, or maybe you're someone who's spent years in the gym, but you're just not seeing the results you want. The #1 mistake you're making when you're in the gym is you are looking for a shortcut. This is the same exact mistake that Thomas was making before we started working together. So Thomas was working out for multiple years, over 7 years, and finally at the age of 43, he decided to reach out for help. And so after we got started, he was able to lose over 25 pounds in his first 3 months because we shifted these things and we were actually focusing on the right things. Maybe you're putting in a lot of time, you're putting in 10+ hours a week in the gym, but you're just not seeing the results you want. Maybe you know how that feels. I know I do. It can be one of the most frustrating and overwhelming things in the world. Feeling like you're working out, you're spending all of your valuable, precious extra time in the gym, spending all of your valuable, precious time meal prepping, tracking your food, and then you look in the mirror and nothing changes in your physique. If that's the case, you need to learn how to train smarter, not harder. Oftentimes, getting better results in the gym is not about doing more, but it's doing about what you're already doing better. And that's what Thomas was able to do to lose the 25 pounds once he actually got on a structured program. And so there's a few things that you're probably doing wrong if you're just getting started off. #1 is you're chasing fad diet. 95% of people that do fad diets end up failing. And so if you think there's a specific diet that's going to get you quicker results, to help you lose more body fat, or help build more muscle, you're wrong. Yes, that's what you're told on the magazines at the checkout aisle at the grocery store, but it's not true. What they don't tell you on those magazines and the checkout aisle at the grocery store is what happens after those people lose the weight. You know the magazines I'm talking about that say this person lost 20 pounds in 30 days. Yeah, cool. But the odds are that person wasn't able to sustain the weight that they lost. They ended up gaining it back. And there's actually a 95% chance that happened because 95% of people that do fad diets end up gaining the weight back over time. And so instead of chasing fad diets, you need to chase a lifestyle if you want to transform your physique and transform your diet. The second thing you're chasing after is supplement. So instead of dialing in your diet, instead of dialing in your nutrition, you go straight to the supplement superstore. You get sold with all these hundreds and thousands of dollars of supplements you don't need. Then you start to take supplements thinking that that's going to be the antidote to your sweet tooth or your bad diet. And even though you never fixed your diet, you added on all these supplements, and then you step on the scale, you look in the mirror, nothing changed. Supplements are the cherry on top to your good diet and good training and good recovery. The third mistake you're making is you're choosing fancy exercises and fancy workouts in order to speed up your progress that you're making in the gym. So if you're brand new into the gym, you should not be focusing on exercise variation. You shouldn't be focusing on hex press. You shouldn't be focusing on all these variations you see on Instagram, you see on YouTube. You should be mastering the fundamentals and the basics, which is what I'm going to talk about in a second. The fourth thing you're doing wrong is you're comparing your progress to someone else's. Here's the truth. Person A and person B could be on the same workout program, the same macros, the same weight, the same age, the same ethnicity, the same job. Every single factor is the same, but they might have two different responses. Every individual responds differently to training and nutrition and exercise, etc. So just because Johnny, your friend, is getting quicker results than you, even though he's working out less and eating like trash on the weekend, doesn't mean that you will get the same result. Your body is completely different. It's a one of one. And so you're going to progress and respond differently. Some people respond quicker than others in different areas. Maybe you have stronger muscle groups. Maybe your legs build muscle quicker than your arm. Maybe your chest builds muscle quicker than your back. Everyone's body's going to respond differently, but what matters is that you're consistent over a long period of time. And then the fifth mistake you're making if you're a beginner in the gym is you aren't willing to invest into yourself to grow grow and you're wasting your time. One of the quickest and easiest ways to speed up your progress is, instead of trial and error on all these different workouts and diets and macros, supplements, you actually find someone that's gone ahead of you and already done the work. And so this could be getting a coach, this could be getting a mentor, this could be getting a trainer, this could be having a gym partner that's been there, done that, has the body and the physique that you want. But you can't be doing this thing on your own. I made this mistake for years, where I would show up to the gym and I'd do all this research online and I'd try something for a couple of weeks. I'd try a program, I'd try a different method in the gym, and it would work or it might not work, but I just wasted 12 weeks of my life in the gym doing this thing. Instead of wasting your time trialing and erroring all of these different techniques with diet and your training, find someone who has the physique that you like, that you trust, get under them and get mentored by them so they could teach you what they know. This is gonna speed up your progress so much more. And so when you're inside of the gym, these are the 6 movement patterns that you need to master. Like, straight up, most people, they take the shortcut route. They go straight from in the gym now to the variations that end up leading them hurt, that end up leading them missing out on gain, that end up leading them plateaued in the long run. There are 6 movement patterns every single individual that steps into the gym needs to master. Number 1 is gonna be a hip hinge. And so we want to train movements, not exercises. It's a completely different thing. Most people have the mistake and they don't understand that there's a difference between movement patterns and exercise. If you're not a power lifter, if you're not an Olympic lifter, you don't need to train the barbell squat. You don't need to train the barbell bench press. You don't need to do a deadlift with a barbell. There are so many other ways to train these movement patterns. However, you need to train the hip hinge. You need to train the squat. You need to train the push. And so these are the 6 movements you need to master. Number 1 is a hip hinge. This could be a deadlift. This could be a Romanian deadlift. This could be a sumo deadlift. Every single person walking the earth should have the ability to pick something up off the ground. Basic movement. If you're moving, you should be able to pick a box up off of the ground. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a squat pattern movement. Again, this is patterns, not exercises. So a squat movement can be a barbell squat. It could be a goblet squat. It could be a Smith squat, or it could be a hack squat. These are movements that you should be training on a weekly basis. The third movement you need to train when you're in the gym is pushing. And so think about incline bench press, flat barbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, Smith bench press. All of these exercises are pushing exercises. Overhead military press. Number 4 is going to be pulling exercises. So think about barbell bent over rows. Think about dumbbell bent over rows. Think about single dumbbell rows. This is going to really help you hit the next level. And then number 5 is going to be a lunge movement pattern, which a lot of people miss out on. So think about things like Bulgarian Smith squat, walking lunges, and reverse lunges. Then 6 is where a lot of people miss out on, is carrying movement. Think about like farmer's walks, being able to actually carry weight for a long period of time. Think about dumbbell shrugs. So when you train all 6 of these movement patterns, like, this is going to help you build an overall aesthetic physique. These are the foundation. These are the fundamentals. Stop skipping the fundamentals when you're inside of the gym, because guess what's going to help you progress on all those exercise variations that you love? Mastering these. When you learn how to do the basic movements, hip hinge, squat, push, pull, lunge, carry, when you could do those basic movements, you could do any exercise variation without getting hurt. You could do any exercise variation and get stronger. And so if you're new to the gym, you need to start by mastering these movements to be successful. Then you can graduate to those variations that you want to do. So I hope you got some value in this video. If you did, let me know. My homework for you is to go into the gym and make sure you're mastering these movements. And if you're not, learn them. And if you need help, get a mentor, get a coach. And if you want to learn more about what it would look like to work one-on-one with me, what I want you to do is click the link in the description below and fill out the quick application, and I will reach out to you personally to see how I can best help. All right, have the best day of your entire life, and I'll see you on the next YouTube video. Peace out.